What's up, guys? I just got back from touring a 2007 Hylas 46 and I think you guys are really gonna love this boat. I know I certainly did. I've never been aboard a Hylas before, but now that I've been aboard, now that I've seen it, I am certainly a fan. But first, real quick before we get to the tour, you already know I gotta remind y'all, if you're enjoying these videos and you're not already subscribed, if you could hit that subscribe button right down here, that would help us a ton. That's the easiest way you can support this channel. So thank you in advance. We really appreciate it, and let's get to the tour. Alrighty, I've just stepped aboard and we've got a nice center cockpit greeting me right here. But I'm going to go aft first and look at the aft deck. Got some large doorways right there, good ventilation. Teak looks good, newer teak decks. No screws through the deck, so that's a good thing. Looks like we've got a life raft on the stern rail. And going as far aft as we can, we've got a sugar scoop on the back, so that's really nice for diving and swimming and just in general getting on the boat from the water. Got the dinghy motor on the stern rail right there. Looks like maybe we've got some kind of emergency retrieval system right there. Got some compartments back here, a little bit of storage. We do have a large aft cabin below me, so a little bit right there as well. This is awesome. So the boat carries a lot of its beam to the stern, so you've got a real nice area on the back of the boat. And I'm looking at this and I'm thinking fishing, so a good spot to fish. I'm looking forward. You got the cockpit right there. Very large opening hatch, so good ventilation again down into the aft cabin. We've got our main sheet right there in the Traveler, right behind the center cockpit. We've got running backstays with more of a traditional backstay as well, so you can really tune your rig with these running backstays. All of the lines look like they go to the cockpit. We've got we've got 7 winches in the cockpit, so more than enough winches right there. Let's go forward and then we'll come back to the cockpit. Nice, very wide side decks. Very wide side decks. Our standing rigging does kind of go straight down the middle of the side decks up here, so you kind of have to walk around that. But if you look at the main mast, all of the running rigging looks like it goes through these blocks and then through this little combing right here, through the Dodger, and then to the cockpit. So it's a nice little setup right there. Got a spinnaker pole on the mast, the radar up there, double spreader mast, cutter rigged, 3 shrouds on each side. Got more doorways for ventilation. Got another very large opening hatch and then another hatch forward of that. We got our inner forestay and our forestay with 2 furlers on them, so we've got 2 furling head sails for this boat. Looks like this is probably going to be a locker. Look at this bow locker. I was thinking just chain locker, but that's actually pretty good storage down there. And then we've got the chain in the forward section. Then we got a vertical windlass, dual bow roller, lots of stainless steel. Very nice. Let's go a little bit forward and turn around. And that is just a very cool angle on this boat. Very pretty boat, especially with the teak decks. Walking aft. Got lots of halyards. Got a boarding ladder right there on the port side. And then looking to starboard, we have our center cockpit with a little step so you can get in. So this center cockpit's got a dodger and a bimini, so you've got lots of protection from the sun and the spray. And then it's a pretty large center cockpit. All the lines again run to this cockpit. We've got electric winches on both sides, diesel controls right there, instruments, and our helm. So there aren't any lockers on the port and starboard side in the cockpit, but as you guys will see in a little bit, it's because there's actually walkthroughs so that you can get to the aft cabin from either side, which I think is a great feature, that you can get to the aft cabin through both this way and that way. And I think, you know, that's kind of the trade-off you have with having that access. All right, let's head down below. Coming down the companionway, and all I have to say is, wow. It is very beautiful. The woodwork, the styling, the upholstery, just everything. Definitely wows you when you come down. Got the forward-facing nav station to port right here. We've got the galley to starboard right here. We've got a walk-through to the aft cabin on this side, and a walk-through to the aft cabin on the port side as well. So on both the port and starboard side, you can get to the aft cabin. So going forward first, I'm just gonna do another pan of this main saloon here, but I'm gonna go forward first and start in the bow, because this boat has what I think to be a great feature in a monohull. I always love whenever I see a forward head instead of a V-berth. This is just an awesome design if it can be done. Gives you a lot of room up here. You've got a head and a shower. You've got some storage right here. Storage. Here's your shower head up here, and just a lot of room. And there's your sink. So even though this is a wet head, it still has a lot of room for the shower, so I like it a lot. Now let's go aft. There is some storage behind these mirrors as well, so that's good. Some storage under the sink there, and let's go aft. We've got another awesome feature that I love is a Pullman berth. So when you have a forward head like this, you have room for a Pullman berth instead of a V-berth. So I just think that this style works a lot better for a live-aboard boat. Let's close this. We've got lots of storage, so hanging lockers in this cabin, lockers, lockers. So this is the forward cabin with the Pullman berth. And like I said, just very, very nice. Great little area. Whether this is for kids or guests or whatever, this is an awesome accommodation. I would imagine if you had kids, you'd probably do bunk beds right here. But you even have some drawers, it looks like, underneath the bed. Look at that headliner. I like this headliner. It is a kind of vinyl type headliner, but it's really nice. All right, looking aft. Every door has like these clips, so you open the door, it stays. It's nice. Looking aft, we've got the main saloon again. Some storage. Little counter right here. Storage on the side. The wood is in just excellent condition. This is a relatively newer boat, so should be, but it's really, really good quality. You can tell build quality is just absolutely awesome. So these settees have these little armrests, which are kind of cool. They just kind of move wherever you need them. Behind these cushions, we've got storage here, and then I imagine underneath We've got even more. Oh, batteries. And then forward of that, we've got some storage down here, and then some more storage up here. So I like the fact that all of these cushions, they're just Velcroed in place. We've got a folding table that folds down. We've got a seat right here that slides out, which is really, really cool. And then when you're not using it, slide it back in there. Then we've got most likely more storage underneath there, and behind there, more storage up there, which is really good. We've got a very interesting painting on the wall. Lots of natural light under here. This is almost like a deck saloon. And then from right at the mast, you can see way up the rig, which is really nice. So looking aft, we've got the galley right here. So this is going to be the range, and look at this. Look at that. That's cool. And then I guess it locks in place up there. So there's your range. Gimbaled. Got some storage down there, storage up here. We've got fridge freezers. So they're top loading, and you can open them from the front as well. So that's really nice and convenient, especially for liveaboard. Got some more storage here. Then down there, I think that's engine access. We're gonna look at the engine in a little bit. Storage for like spices. That's like a spice rack. Engine. So let's take a look at the engine. So we've got engine access right here. Boom. Engine access. We got our sink right here. Engine access under the stairs, which, look at this. That is awesome. Look at that. Very, very good access. And then you've got even more access down here. Look at that. So just couldn't be better access to the engine. Basically, your engine is right here, and you can access every portion of it. And then your filters are on the door, so that's even better access to your filters. So look at that. There's the companionway. So we're gonna go into the aft cabin now. And this is really, this is one of the highlights of the boat right here. This is a very large aft cabin. Queen island berth, I should say. It's not a hanging locker, but a large locker right there. Shelving behind the bed. You've got port lights behind the bed. You've got lots of natural light, big hatch. You've got a little place to sit right here. Put your shoes on, put your socks on. Got some more storage here, and then I believe, so here's going to be where the hanging locker is. And there's your hanging locker. Spinning forward, we've got another locker right here. Then we've got the aft head right here, and this is a walk-through head, so we can get all the way into the main saloon from this side as well. So we've got the head compartment here, we've got storage underneath the sink, we've got storage behind each mirror. We've got another mirror right there, and then we've got a separate shower right here. Okay, then we can keep walking through to get through the main saloon, which we're going to do, but first we're going to look right here because we've got some more storage. And walking through to the main saloon. Salon or saloon, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to go back to the bow so we can start the continuous walkthrough. Alright guys, I'm currently in the forward head that's in the bow of the boat, and I'm going to start the full continuous below decks walkthrough from this point. So I am in the forward head right now, and I'm going to step forward a little more, turning aft. We've got storage to our port, we've got our head, we've got our sink. This is our shower area as well. Going aft, we've got the Pullman berth to port right here. Pullman berth to port. Turning to starboard, we've got, our doors are locked in place right there, but we've got lots of storage behind them. Lots of storage behind them. Going aft in the main salon, we've got a settee to starboard right there. Lots of storage behind it. We've got our other settee with our salon table to port. Lots of storage behind that. Looking aft, we've got our companionway ladder. Engine behind it. Sink, galley to starboard. Forward facing nav station to port. We're going to go through the galley. Walking through the galley. Nice big and secure galley with lots of storage, lots of counter space and refrigeration. And then we've got our aft cabin to aft of that. Tons of storage again. Take a drink every time I say storage. Storage, storage, storage. And then we've got our main head and separate shower that walks through into the main saloon with the forward-facing nav station to port and our instrument panel. And that's it, guys. That's the boat. Alright, I don't know about you guys, but I was really taken aback by this one. I think that this is basically the closest thing to a perfect blue water cruising 45, 46 foot range monohull that basically you are gonna get. I mean, the design was absolutely perfect. You've got your center cockpit, which you guys already know that I love. You've got a lot of beam, so 13 feet, 9 inches of beam. That's a wide boat, and it carries most of that beam to the aft end of the boat. So that's important too. There's lots of room back there on deck, and that also makes for a very large aft cabin, which was very comfortable. It's cutter rigged, which is great for blue water cruising. Forward of the aft cabin, you had a really good layout in the galley, as well as a true forward-facing nav station. You could access the aft cabin from both the port and the starboard side, which is awesome because a lot of times in monohulls, you're doing that sailboat shuffle between people. So you've got a few people on board. You don't really need to squeeze by someone if you want to get to that cabin. You can kind of just go around them, which I think is an awesome feature. The main saloon area was just really, really comfortable. The woodwork in this boat was absolutely impeccable. It was really high quality, and it was just in really good shape, and it was frankly stunning. Forward of the salon, you have that second cabin with the Pullman berth, and I don't know if I've talked about it enough on this channel, but I love boats with a cabin and a Pullman berth, and then forward of that, the forward head. So basically the exact design that you see in this boat for the forward section of the boat. That is, to me, that's the perfect layout for a monohull, if you can do it. Now, engine access in this boat was probably better than 95% of the boats that we've walked through. It was just absolutely awesome. It's cutter rigged, which is great for blue water cruising. The teak decks look great, and just generally the overall design of the boat is very pretty. I mean, it's a good looking boat. Now, obviously, there's no such thing as a perfect boat because every boat really is a compromise in lots of different aspects, and also the definition of a perfect boat is going to be different depending on who you're talking to. But in my opinion, I think that the Hylas 46 gets about as close to perfect for a 46-foot blue water cruiser that you possibly can get. I'd love to hear if you guys agree or disagree, or your thoughts on that, so definitely leave a comment down below and let me know what you think of this boat. I think that about wraps it up. I literally do not have anything bad to say about this boat, and I think anyone who decides to purchase this boat, obviously with a full survey, is going to be very happy. So as far as that goes, the broker's contact information for this boat, because it is for sale, is going to be in the description below. So if you want any more information, feel free to reach out to Randy of David Walters Yachts, and the asking price is going to be down in the description as well. So yeah, as always guys, if you enjoyed this one, please leave a like, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell if you want to know each and every time we drop a new boat tour. See you guys.
I've got it right and I got it